नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं सीएनबीसी आवाज। मैं हूं मनीषा गुप्ता और ये वाला जो शो है हम दिल्ली से आपके लिए लाइव लेके आ रहे हैं आईवीपीए की कॉन्फ्रेंस से। और मेरे साथ यहाँ पर सुधाकर देसाई हैं जो प्रेसिडेंट है आईवीपीए एंड ऑफ कोर्स इमामी के चेयरपर्सन भी हैं। सुधाकर, बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। फोर्थ राउंड ऑफ आईवीपीए एंड हायर हाइज यहाँ पर हैं। काफी सारी चर्चा हमने यहाँ पर खाने के तेलों के अक्रॉस होते हुए देखी है। नॉट जस्ट दैट बट बायोफ्यूल्स और इंटरनेशनल पॉलिसीज, टैरिफ्स, इंडियन पॉलिसीज, काफी कुछ चर्चा हुई है पिछले 2 दिनों में। कैसे देखते हैं आप फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ओवरऑल कॉन्फ्रेंस एक्सपीरियंस?
Conference was fabulous. We are in the midst of a very successful, conference. It is, like you said, IVPA 4.0, the fourth consecutive conference. I would say confluence of all the experts, both from India and abroad. And the title of the conference is Navigating Through Tectonic Global Shifts. That itself was so topical and thought-provoking. I see that most of the people try to center around their expertise, comments around these. A lot of takeaway from all of this, from the major other countries' experiences, or the subjects that they've brought us to the table. The idea now is to bring that down to a logical conclusion for its imperative implications for India and also all the stakeholders, including farmers, consumers, industry, and also the government.
जी सुधाकर, काफी सारी चर्चाएं यहाँ पर हुई हैं, लेकिन एक चिंता सभी को यहाँ पर लगी है, वो है ईल्ड्स को लेकर और जो ये आत्मनिर्भरता का कॉन्वर्सेशन है उसको लेकर। ईल्ड्स कैसे देखते हैं आप, और जो ये सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी की बात सभी लोग बार बार कर रहे हैं, क्या ये एज ऑफ नाउ सिर्फ बातचीत है? ऑन ग्राउंड इसे एक्चुअल होता हुआ क्या कभी भी देखेंगे हम?
I have a positive perspective on that. I don't want to continue to say the yields have been stagnant.
Okay.
I would say positively that being a big importer of this size of 16 million tons itself is a responsibility and a power by itself. In fact, if you see last 4 years, imports have been stagnant to lower. So which is happening because a few of the crops like rapeseed and the soybeans and cotton, for example, have been growing in India, the domestic crop. These are non-import substitutable oils. So going ahead in terms of yields, another point is that our acreage is very big. The base is very big. So whenever we do any marginal increase of the yield, then it creates a ripple effect. It's important not only for Indian self-sufficiency, but also the global market. Global markets are looking at how less can India take, right? So we made a lot of work as IVPA, both on the self-sufficiency. After the last IVPA round table, we had worked with the Ministry of Agriculture actually. That's where we tried to say what all should be included in the National Oilseeds Mission. Though our ask was nothing double than this, like 30,000 crores outlay, inclusive of many other factors. But I think government has taken up the first initial low-hanging fruit, which is improvisation of hybrid seeds. Second, I think in case this is not possible, I think if the subject to the technical committee approval, in case we are able to do the GMO with caution and care, that is another aspect that should be looked into, because the increase of yield not only a national priority, but also something that makes the farmer income double for a lot quicker in oil seeds. And basically we are sufficient, self-sufficient in most crops, only the barring oil seeds and pulses.
एब्सोल्युटली, जी हाँ। एक और चीज जो यहाँ पर संजीव चोपड़ा जी ने कही, जो यहाँ पर इवेंट पे थे, कि अगले हफ्ते से एक नोटिफिकेशन आ जाएगा जहाँ पर सभी कंपनीज को, और ये एसोसिएशन से बातचीत करके हुआ है कि सभी कंपनीज को अपना सारा डेटा मैंडेटरी बताना होगा, चाहे वो प्रोडक्शन है, कंजम्पशन है, प्राइसेस हैं, पूरा का पूरा कंप्लायंस यहाँ पर आ जाएगा। सरकार के पास वैसे ही काफी सारा डेटा है, अब आप पूरा का पूरा डेटा सरकार को यहाँ पर देंगे। एज अ कंपनी, एज एन एसोसिएशन, आप इसे कैसे देखते हैं?
See, we would like to work seamlessly with the government. That's number one. The government priority has been that the data is very confusing in this industry. That's what they say.
उन्होंने कहा जो एसोसिएशन से डेटा आता है वो हमें नहीं चाहिए, हमें सारी कंपनीज का सारा डेटा चाहिए।
You see, if the data is available, it will be a perfect market. It is not a perfect market. So there is always a data gaps. So we also said that if the data can be collected, we gave a lot of suggestions about how to make the WOPA rules and regulations practical. There are two things now. All the organized sector players obviously will be, comply fully. So all the data is available. It's only the unorganized sector which is very large, that there are thousands of mills and operating processes.
So as
they
of now,
also should be-
organized and unorganized की क्या category है percentage wise?
I think, I don't know, in terms of number, in terms of an organized sector, it may be 40% or, whatever. But in terms of number, it will be like 10 times bigger because they're all small units who are producing. But never mind, I think there is absolutely no problem to give out to have this data on the table for a constructive policy decision. So that leaves everything, the purchase data is available with the government of India through the customs on real-time basis. There is some anomaly between what the price of loose oils ex factory and the price of oil in a particular retail outlet where the survey is done. So there is some time lag. If the time lag is understood over a period of time, that it is about 20 days or 21 days, because the supply chain through, let's say, 2 million outlets in India is not under the control of a manufacturer. So I look at it like data is good to have, will get fine-tuned over a period of time, and if it helps the common objectives of both the industry and the farmers and the consumers, it is good enough. And another thing that we've been working about is that the duty changes have to be more calibrated, more like predictable, more like balanced. We should avoid big swings like 10-20%. We have said that we have to define what the MSPs that we want, what is the MRP that we would like to have, and given the global market, what are the kind of duties. So even if it is a quick response of 5% or 3%, if we keep changing, then you will not be shocked and surprised about the impacts.
आपने कहा अच्छी चीज है, सरकार सारा का सारा आपसे डेटा यहाँ पर मांग रही है, बट एक कंपनी के लिहाज से आप कहेंगे ये ज्यादा पेपर वर्क है, ज्यादा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है?
We'll do it for the right cause. Let's see how it goes. So there's no problem. Yeah, because we give the data to FSSI, to the customs anyway. It is there. So wherever earlier there used to be Vanaspati Directorate which collects this data. So there's a lot of GST data that the companies have about their purchases and sales. It's not very tough, but it's cumbersome. But it will get fine-tuned over a period of time.
एक और चिंता जो जताई गई वो ये थी कि सभी फूड कमोडिटीज में हमने इन्फ्लेशन नीचे आते हुए देखी है। सिर्फ खाने के तेलों में पिछले साल में 20 से 30% की इन्फ्लेशन अभी भी है। आपको लगता है कि यहाँ से अब क्योंकि फेस्टिवल सीजन आ रहा है, शादियां आएंगी, डिमांड बढ़ेगी, इंपोर्ट्स फिर बेहतर होते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं, प्राइसेस यहाँ से और ऊपर जा सकते हैं?
Last year to now, till recently, till May, barring the let's say the duties got affected, the lower duties got affected in the month of June. But if you compare with the last year data, the last year the duties have gone up by exactly the 20%. So whichever month you compare for the edible oil prices, you will find that somewhere 17 to 18% the prices are higher. But if you start comparing in the next 3 months, I'm pretty sure it will be much lower than last year because the duties have got corrected. And currently the market's also in a stabilized, consolidated. We got a few experts talking about markets right now, but market look at small range, narrow range, typically. If you really see, the real inflation in the current month is coming in mustard oil, actually, so, which is not imported, which is domestic.
मस्टर्ड की बात तो हम करने ही वाले हैं ब्रेक के बाद, लेकिन आपसे एक चीज जानना चाहेंगे कि यहाँ से अगर एक सेंस लेनी हो डिमांड की अगस्त टू अंटिल दिवाली, अक्टूबर नवंबर तक, तो किस तरह की डिमांड, किस तरह की इंपोर्ट्स हम यहाँ देख रहे हैं और किस तरह के प्राइसेस बन सकते हैं?
I want to go back to your first question of data. If you compare the last 8 months data, the imports look like balanced. There's no change from the previous year. But if you see the data of last 6 months, January to now, it does appear that because of high prime prices, because of the threat of zero duty imports from Nepal, because of the inverted structure of the market wherein the forwards were cheaper, there was no incentive for anybody to carry stocks. So if you see that, in that sense, there was a 7 to 8% drop in imports. Consumption is part of the drop. Maybe it is dropped by 5-6% because of high prices. But now that the prices have come down after the duty increase in the next 6 months, we already see that in the month of July, the imports are back to normal, like 1.4 million tons, which is what India needs. So in the next 6 months, compared to the previous 6 months, with the festival demand, preponed festival demand, I think the consumption will be definitely better than the last 6 months. So we will average somewhere around, even on the annual basis, if you break even or if you go down by 5-6% as per the call given by the Honorable Prime Minister, So then it is a good cost to have.
मिस्टर देसाई, बहुत शुक्रिया साथ जुड़ने के लिए. एज ऑलवेज प्लेजर आईवीपीए में यहाँ पर जुड़ने के लिए. और ऑफकोर्स काफी सारी बातचीत यहाँ पर हुई है जिसका एक समराइजेशन यहाँ पर मिस्टर देसाई ने किया है. वेल, इसी के साथ एक छोटे से ब्रेक के भी लिए रुकेंगे. और जैसे सुधाकर जी ने कहा कि सरसों ऑफकोर्स एक चीज है यहाँ पर देखने के लिए, क्योंकि ये डोमेस्टिक है प्राइसेस, लेकिन उसके बाद भी बढ़ते हुए नजर आए हैं. क्या कारण है, क्या डिटेल्स हैं, जानेंगे विजय डाटा से, विजय सॉल्वेक्स के इस ब्रेक के बाद.